My name is Dustin Johnson. I'm a graphic design lead here at Custom Offsets. I've been with the company for about 3.5 years, and I drive a 2014 Chevy Silverado 1500. So growing up in California, I really have always had a passion for motorcycles, vehicles. I've been kind of an enthusiast all the way around, but I never knew until I got here that I had a passion for trucks. I bought a lot of trucks and I had a lot of trucks, but I never knew I had this like passion behind them until I showed up at this place and started watching, you know, all these people parking on the pad and parking in the showroom with all their modified trucks and vehicles. Day after day, I'd be, I want one, I want one, I want one, I want one. And, you know, I finally had the opportunity to do my own. So I went with Custom Offsets and ARKON Off-Road and you know, some of the guys from the company down to Lifted Truck Nationals in September of last year. And that was the first real truck show that I attended, and just being around a general group of that many enthusiasts and that many people that were passionate about their vehicles and just, you know, laughing and smiling and having a good time. I knew that was something that I eventually would want to be a part of. So we got back from LTN and I knew I wanted a truck, and my first instinct was to call Sean and try to buy CO2. This was like probably the third time I've tried to buy CO2 at this time. And basically Sean, you know, told me I go through vehicles like I go through underwear. He's not wrong. Probably had 5 vehicles since I've been here. And so I hopped on the marketplace and started doing my digging. I knew I wanted that exact year. I didn't care if it was 2,500 or 1,500. All I knew is I wanted that body style because I wanted to rebuild my own version of CO2. So for the wheels, again, CO2 was running chrome Lincolns, so I also went with the Lincolns. And it really wasn't only because CO2 was running them. I was around when ARKON was founded. I was around from the beginning of ARKON, and for me, it kind of holds like a special place in my heart. And I truly appreciate the design of, you know, ARKON and what they do with their wheels. And the Lincoln to me is by far one of my favorites, always has been. And so it was a no-brainer to go with the Lincoln. So we went with 24 by 14 -81 Lincolns wrapped in Radar Renegade RT tires. I ended up going with body armor bumpers, front and rear, rough country side steps, the retract power steps. For lighting, we went with Morimoto for the headlights and taillights. I truly believe Morimoto is one of the best in the game, if not the best in the game. Their lights are super clean. Black label lighting for the rock lights. We ended up going with Belltech Suspension. I've been in so many lifted trucks that some ride super good, some don't ride that good, and I knew I wanted to not only look good, but I wanted to ride better than I did when I was, you know, had my factory suspension, and we definitely obtained that. As far as performance went, literally it was one phone call. Again, this was a no-brainer. Holley Performance is who we reached out to, and everything performance on the vehicle is from Holley. So we went with a Flowmaster Outlaw exhaust, we went with a Flowmaster cold air intake, we went with a Super Chips Dash Pack Plus, and we also went with a B&M rear diff cover. I guess the biggest setback of doing this whole thing is you realize that if something can go wrong, it's going to go wrong. Like a lot of this is all, you know, thought of as, yeah, we're gonna get the lift kit in a day, so on and so forth. Like, no, there's so many things that kind of can and probably will get in your way when doing this, and it's just the nature of the beast. You know, that was probably the biggest setback of the entire thing is, you know, drill this, route out that, carbide bit this, so on and so forth to make it work. But definitely along the way, we realized very quickly that, you know, things don't always line up the way that they should. And I almost dropped the truck on me. I thought I was a dead man. So that too. Grab, I can't. You need to. Put your camera down.
Drop. What do you need?
Grab this tram shaft. So I definitely don't think I'm done as of yet. I got a really good base start. I mean, the truck looks absolutely incredible. Most would say I wouldn't touch it from this point, but I do think I want to color match the bumpers. I want to acid dip them and have them sandblasted and, you know, powdered to match the truck. That's something for sure I'm gonna do. Getting in the garage was one of the major concerns I had, and now that I know I fit, I need to measure how much I fit by, because I wouldn't be super mad to go up another inch on it's an adjustable suspension, 7 to 9 inch, go up another inch there and go to 37s on 26s eventually. And then probably just like some powder coating. Honestly, since I've been here, right, I've been a graphic designer for 3.5 years. I've sat at my desk or whatever. I really enjoyed like being back in the shop and working side by side with Banker and just starting to understand what, not only where the components go, but what they do. And Banker was a super good like mentor to me during, you know, this build process and in teaching me some of the things. If I'm gonna be involved in this truck scene and I'm gonna, you know, go and shoot these trucks, and I really wanted to have a better understanding and a better knowledge of what everything does. But taking a vision from a piece of paper, rendering you know, a truck in Photoshop, and taking all these little components that we picked out and, you know, putting it in a digital version of what it's going to look like, and then watching this thing come to life. And then when I walked back there to look at it for the first time, that it was like being a kid on Christmas. And I've said this 100 times over, there's nothing better in the world, you know, besides when my daughter was born. When I walked back there and saw this thing, it was literally a masterpiece that came to life. And honestly, that was probably my favorite part about building the truck.